Okay, everyone, so we are back for another episode. We've got a scoutfly that I stumbled across as I was moving from one place to another, so you're going to get to see some of the level design behind this lava. Or I'm just going to die. That works too. That's fine. That was actually faster than walking. Good for us. So we've only got a couple more power cells to really get in this game before we go to the final boss. The first one I'm gonna get, or the first two I'm gonna get rather, are from the precursor oracle thing here.
Seek the pure light, for within its flame the answers reside. You can gain my power cells by bringing 120 precursor orbs.
Yeah, I've never heard that before. You
You
know,
have obtained another power cell.
God, it just comes right out of that penis. Just right out there.
For
Give
your
me,
effort,
give me your other power cell.
the reward.
Another power cell is your reward. It's a good voice. Like, it's a fantastic voice. I'd like to do it a little bit better. I might practice, but it really messes with my throat. Now you're probably thinking, hey, let's go ahead and go back to the... Let's go ahead and go back to the... Or go ahead and, you know, progress the story. But no, we are not yet done. So let's see. So we've got one more scout fly to find, but I'll find that in a minute.
Eco's powers cannot be controlled.
I know, they cannot be controlled. But, we actually need to go back to this area. Ooh, there's the last scout fly. I just barely saw it on the screen. Boom. So that should give us, what, 84, 85, something like that? Oh, 93, okay. So we're actually going to go back to this last place where we did the Agrav Zoomer. Because there was one that you actually, it's one of the few power cells that you can't get your first time playing through. You've got to go back and do it. And it's not terribly difficult. It's just, you know, obviously if you're going backwards through a level, it's a little bit time consuming. And you've got to, I think it's their way of kind of making sure that you don't stumble on getting the, I don't want to say proper ending, because it's barely any different than, hey, we got all the scout flies in this area, or the orbs in this area. So I'm gonna try to take it a little bit slower this time, because you know, there's no rush. I'm not chasing down the lurkers or anything. But yeah, there is a little bit at the end. If you get all the power cells in the game, they do give you another couple, maybe 30 seconds of extra footage. But it's mainly, the only reason I really want to do it is because Daxter does a proper snarky asshole comment. And damn it! Okay, we're going to keep trying. We're going to keep going, because actually there's not a whole lot that we're going to do in this episode. This episode is going to be this, and then all we're going to do is get go through the last transitional area, which is another Agrav Zoomer bit, which is not ideal. But it is what it is. We do what we can. Now I'm going to just take my time. Take my sweet time. I'm not bothered about that. I'm going to not fall down the hole! Okay, come on, Trent. You can do this. You know what, sometimes I play this game, because I do a bit of cosplay. I don't do as much as I'd like to, mainly because I don't have the skills necessary to be good at it. And also, a lot of the characters I want to play are, you know, from anime or JRPGs, and let's face it, I'm a, 31-year-old white guy with a lot of facial hair and a very large build. I don't look like a 16-year-old boy or a 16-year-old girl, which a lot of the 16-year-old boys in those games look like. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy. But, yeah, so it can be difficult to find a character that I want to cosplay as, but I have toyed with the idea of cosplaying as, No, don't you touch that, as cosplaying as Jak. Now, this rock, you can't actually take it out until you've done the, Snowy Mountain area. you can't do it because of the fact that you need that yellow eco. So now we're fine. Now we can actually just blast our way through. Screw your dynamite, I don't care. Explode everything. This whole place is going down. Because I'm never going to have to come through this area again. Ah, that was therapeutic. Now, we're done there. Don't hit those. Land this bitch. Now, we're ready. So we've got everything in the volcanic crater, in Snowy Mountain, in the Spider Cave, and in the Mountain Pass, where we defeated Claw and his Boulder Bombardment. Which again, love the way he says that. Fantastic. So let's see what these guys have to say real quick. I'm gonna be surprised if they're even still here.
Hey guys, keep collecting power cells. They're the key.
Is that
to
her
continuing our
underwear?
journey north.
Like, on her hips? That is a really, like, strange... Yeah, just weird character design, but... Anyway. Sure thing, Kira. I will continue to, gather, power cells. As though I have not already been doing so. So now we've got just one thing left to do, and that's go through the lava tube. Which is like the worst catheter. Now to go through the lava tube, you've got to wait. You got to be patient. Wait your turn. You'll notice I didn't get any of those orbs. I'm not going to, because that would require me to go around these things again. And... you know what? Let's screw that noise. I don't need them, they don't need me. I'm happy for them to exist in that state for the foreseeable future. Okay. Oh, Kira, how did you get here before I did? I literally just talked to you 2 seconds ago.
All right. With these additional power cells, I should be able to supply the heat shield with enough power to stand up to this lava.
All right.
But the shield still has a limit. It will
I'm not wearing shoes.
Up to 800 degrees, but no more. So keep an eye on your gauge. I don't want to think about what those temperatures would do to your zoomer if the shield gives out.
Yeah, the heat.
What?
The zoomer? Hey, what about us?
You know what? I'm with Daxter on this one.
For a safer route to Gold Citadel?
Look, I've released more cooling.
That was literally her going, I don't have time for your shit, Daxter.
Temperature down. And don't forget to activate the teleport gate in the Yellow Sage's lab. We're counting on you.
Yes, count on me all you want. I'm still pretty incompetent. Okay, so we got that balloon. No, 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 no. Oh. Ah. Okay. You know what? I think this is going to be a case of let's do a little bit better each time, because Agrav Zoomer levels, not my strong suit. So we have just gotten further this time than we did last time. I've missed that orb, but we're okay with that. Missed those? Okay with that. One thing we're not okay with missing? Scout flies. Like, I will go slower just to make sure that I get all the scout flies. Oh man, my temperature is actually still rising. I didn't think it would when I was on that material. I thought it only would when I was directly over the lava. So we're about to explode, guys. That's not a good thing. I mean, it's not ideal. Let's face it. Oh, there I go. Tried to get that scout fly and I failed. Okay, that's fine. Again, we do a little bit better each time. It's like running, or learning a language, or, life. Do a little bit better. A little bit better each time you try. That's all you can do. Nobody's perfect. Okay, so this is kind of the midway point of this, and it's actually super easy. And the best thing about it is your temperature doesn't go up very quickly, and there's a load of these little tidbits of fun. balloons to try to lower your temperature a little bit. But basically, you've just got to
Open. Let's get going.
get all of those so that you can not go in there. That was not the right way. It's this way. I'm about to explode again. We are not doing great at this, guys. By we, I mean you. I blame you all entirely. When we succeed, it's my doing. When we fail, it's you. That sounds fair, right? Yeah, I thought so. I don't hear any, God, if I ever do a live stream, I'm just gonna get so much abuse. Deservedly. And, I kind of like it. I don't think anybody who puts creative content out there doesn't expect a little bit of abuse. It is scary. Like, I've been writing for the internet for 4 or 5 years now. Either weekly or monthly articles for different platforms and on different subjects, and I still get bad feedback and I still get rejection and stuff like that. And you get this point where you go, yeah, it still hurts every time it happens. Like, it's still upsetting every time I get rejection, and deep down I know it shouldn't be, but it is. I missed the scout fly! Also, I can't stop. Okay, well, we're gonna have to go back through that area. That's unpleasant, but first we're gonna have a little cutscene with Kira.
Hey, where's old Short, Drain, and Wrinkly?
This is terrible. Father is missing.
Missing, you say? Oh no, so he's not around.
Well,
Relax, sweetheart. I got everything under control.
under control. Lurker armies continue to grow across the land.
Yeah.
The sages have been kidnapped.
Yeah.
Gaul and Maya have gathered enough eco to complete their terrible plan.
Yeah.
And to stop them, you're going to have to fight your way through their citadel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That about sums it up.
Uh-huh.
You've got to rescue my father before it's too late.
Uh-huh.
And Jack, be careful.
Yeah, we will be.
Again, Daxter, I agree with you on this one. So we're gonna have to go back to the, back through that lava tube. I apologize, guys, but it's gonna have to happen. Because we need those power cells. We need that scout fly. On the plus side, depending on where it is, we might be able to get away with just, dying, coming back through here, and then we'll make it work. But, yeah. Now, this is a game series that there's always a little bit of, like, people make rumors, and it feels like there's every couple years they talk about them, Naughty Dog talks about wanting to reboot this series or bring it back in some form. I'd be interested in them doing that. I know they released some, whatchamacallit, concept art not too long ago, but then they quit that project. They scrapped that side of the project so that they could focus on The Last of Us. And, somebody who loved The Last of Us, that was a fantastically emotional, totes emosh game. I am going to have to look very carefully around for those scout flies, though, because I do not want to get all the way through this and have missed them again. Missed the last one. It's just one, isn't it? Yeah. So it's just the one. I'm gonna explode! But yeah, I mean, it was definitely the right decision going with The Last of Us over Jak and Daxter 4 or Jak and Daxter, whatever it was going to end up being. I would like them to revisit the property. I'd love to see Definitely not a Jak X, the racing game. Because that was, well, you know, I enjoyed it because it was in this universe, and therefore I loved it. It was not the highlight of the series for, I think, any of the fans. I think it was fun because it was in this, like I said, it was in this, it was in this universe, and it was a good bit of story for a racing game. It was basically like slightly grittier Mario Kart. Yeah, it wasn't great. But I would like them to come back to this, because I think the gameplay in this is aged alright. Like, just playing through it now, it doesn't feel super dated. It's simple, but it's not, like, horrendously simple. It's not like... It hasn't aged in the same way that, like, Mario 64 has, which if you go back and replay that... Oh my god, I'm doing awful. But hey, it took pity on me, guys. It took pity on me. Okay. Oh, they've replaced my brakes button with shooting. Which normally, I'm all for that, because I'm not one to use brakes in a game. But, unfortunately, it means that I don't control quite as well as I'd like to. And I just died. No, it's not in here. But yeah, I'd like to see maybe a Jak 4 at some point. If they had something that would, do justice to the series and to the characters. I'd love for them to maybe, try to clarify the ending of Jak 3, because it's pretty damn ambiguous. However, I have no interest in ever going back to Jak and Daxter, the Last Frontier. That was not a very good game. But Naughty Dog didn't make it, so I don't know why anyone would be surprised. Okay, I hear it. I think it's down here. I'm sure I just heard it. I didn't just hear it. I'm hearing things. I've gone mad. But we're having a little talk. We're having a little discussion. It's a little, you and me time. My dulcet tones will soothe you as I slowly go mad, trying to find this damned thing. It's a difficult one, because obviously I know it's around here, but there's no real way of knowing which one of these it is. Like, which area it is. If it's in the first half or the second half. There it is. Okay. Okay, so that is going to be everything we get done in this episode, because I want to leave Gull in my Citadel, and I just died. I want to leave that for the last episode, just a full episode of just that, which I think is fine. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know, do you guys have the nostalgia that I do for this game? Is it a case of, do you want to see a Jak and Daxter 4, or, something similar? Do you just want to see somebody else playing this game? Because, by God, I am not doing very well. But yeah, just let me know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.